Good morning, children. How are you? Fine? Good, superb. So, be healthy. Okay? So, yeah, this is the English class. So, today we are going to see the grammar part. This is a continuity of the part. One part, continuity of the parts of speech. Okay, so part 1 I have uploaded, that is the introduction and the explanation of parts of speech. So have you gone through the introduction part of the parts of speech? So please go through the introduction part, that means the explanation part of the parts of speech, so that it will be very easy to understand the following exercises, right? So don't skip the explanation part, that means the introduction part which is given first. Now the introduction part, please never skip that part because it is the basic. So if you have a basic knowledge, then later for the exercise part it will be very easy to understand, right? And it will be easy to write by your own also, right? Yeah, so please never skip the introduction part. At least go through twice, two times the introduction part, explanation part which is given earlier. Okay, which is given at first. Go through well. Okay, so that your basic knowledge will be good. Right? So this is the second part of the parts of speech, the exercise part of the parts of speech. Okay, come, let's go to the topic. Yeah, here it is. See, can you see my handwriting? So please try to write clearly, neatly. Handwriting is very important and I am very sorry. I am strict in handwriting. If your handwriting is not neat, sure, I will ask you to write again. So concentrate in your handwriting. If your handwriting is not neat, then even you will have some confusion of words or letters what you have written. So if your handwriting is neat, you will have interest of your own to read, to study, to write and see again, to go through the book what you have written, to go through the pages what you have written. So handwriting is very important. Write it neatly, clearly, eligibly. Okay, see here only one word it has come out of the box from the nouns. Okay, so no issues, at least even two words also come out of the box, no issues in it. But your handwriting should be neat and clear and visible. So better sharp your pencil and write whenever you are writing. Okay, already I've said better you can have two pencils or three pencils also with you, or else sharp again and again and then write. Okay, yeah. So identify the nouns, adjectives and pronouns and write them in the correct columns. Okay, yeah. So already I have said you what is nouns, what is adjectives and what is pronouns, right? So let me say again. Nouns, naming words are called as nouns. Name of a person, place or thing is called as nouns. Okay, and adjectives, a word which qualifies the noun, a word which describes the noun is called as adjectives. Pronoun, so what is pronoun? A word which is used instead of noun. What it is? A word which is used instead of noun is called as pronoun. Used in the place of noun is called as pronoun. Right? Are you clear with this? Right. So come, let's go to the exercise. First one, see, I bought fresh apples. They have done this for your knowledge. See, apples. So, apples, it is a noun. So, it comes under the noun heading, and fresh apples, fresh, which describes the apple. So, it is called as adjective. It comes under the adjective box, and he. So they didn't mention any name. Instead of name, they have given he, pronoun. So it comes under the box of pronoun. Comes in the box of pronoun under the name of pronoun, right? So the same you have to do the rest of the 9 sentences. Okay, please don't simply copy, understand everything and then have a note. See the second one. The music was very loud. Okay, the music was very loud. So here the music is called as noun. So it will come under the noun. And see here, loud. So very loud. You can write very loud also here, or else loud also. No issues. So which says the music was very loud. It comes under adjectives, right? So no pronoun is given here. Pronoun is not mentioned, right? So whatever it is mentioned, whatever it is given in that sentence, you can write. If it is not given, no problem, don't consider it. Maria is inviting her friend to the picnic. Okay, so Maria is called a subject, no, the nouns. So it will come under the noun, right? Is inviting her friend to the picnic. Okay. See, friend is a noun, picnic is a noun. Okay. So Maria, friend, picnic. Three of this will come under noun. See, Maria, friend, picnic. Right? Got it? So it will come under nouns. And see here, her. Pronoun, no, her. So her is pronoun. So it will come under pronoun, her. Right? See, let's go for fourth one. He is playing happily in the garden. He is playing happily in the garden. So he is pronoun. Again you have to write he. Okay, in the pronoun box. And he is playing happily in the garden. So happily is a adjective. Okay, so see, happily under the adjective. Garden, it is a noun. So you have to write in the noun box garden. Right? So come, let's go for next. Mayur is unwell. We gave him some soup. Okay. See, Mayur and soup, it is a noun, naming word. So it will come under the noun. Mayur, soup. Okay. So we is a pronoun. So we should come here. We. Okay. Just a minute, yes. Yeah, okay. And even him. Him is also pronoun. So him. Okay. So we and him both should come under pronouns. Right? Yeah, it is clear now. Next one. See. The gardener is busy. Gardener is busy. Here, unwell. Unwell is adjective. How is he? Mayur is unwell. So, it describes his quality. Okay, it describes his quality. Qualifies the noun. Qualifies the noun. So, unwell will come under adjective. Okay. Next, the gardener is busy. So, gardener will come under nouns. See, gardener will come under nouns. And busy, it will come under adjective. Busy will come under adjective. There is no pronoun in this, right? The boat sailed down the river. The boat sailed down the river. So, boat and river is a noun. So, it will come under nouns. See, boat, river. Okay. Are you clear? Yes. So, no adjective and no pronoun in this. Next. Understand and write it. Just don't copy. Next one, eighth one. Kishaish has found her pen. Shaish has found her pen. So Shaish here it is a adjective, it is a noun, so it will come under noun, right? And see here, her it is a pronoun, so her it should come under pronoun, okay? And even pen is a adjective, even pen is a noun, naming words, so pen should also come under noun, okay? Come, let's go for ninth one. The birds are making a nest on the tall tree. Okay, birds are making nest on the tall tree. See, birds it is a noun, nest it is a noun, tree it is a noun. So three nouns are there. See, birds, nest, tree. Okay, it should come under nouns. Okay, right? Yeah. So come, let's, no pronoun and no adjective in this. Even tall is adjective. Tall tree, on a tall tree. Please make a note in it. See, I have not written in this. No problem. This is a extra information only. Just write it out. Tall tree. Okay, so tall will come under adjective. How the tree is? Tall tree. So please write fifth one, adjective tall, right? So next one, the thief ran away with the jewels. Okay, the thief ran away with the jewels. So two nouns are there, thief and jewels. Okay, so please write under nouns, thief and jewels. Okay, understood? Yeah. So naming words are called as nouns, and a word which qualifies the noun or modifies the noun or describes the noun is called as adjective. A word which is used instead of pronoun is called as, used of noun is called as pronoun. Word which is used in the place of noun is called as pronoun. Clear? Handwriting should be neat, ma. So please write neatly and clearly. Okay? Yes. So let's go to the next topic. See here, this is also writing part. Identify the verbs, adverbs and prepositions and write them in the correct column. See, same thing here they have given the columns, verbs, adverbs and preposition, right? So you have to identify them and write according to this. Already I have explained about this verb. Action word is called as verb, and adverb which means modifies the verb, which means modifies the verbs. Describe the verb is called as adverb. Preposition, I have said no, preposition, before position, before the noun or pronoun, the word comes, that is called as preposition, right? Clear? So come, let's go to the exercise. The boy lay on the bed lazily. Okay. So mostly here for adverb, you can frame the question how. Most of the, it may differ in some place. Okay. Very few place. It may differ in few place. But mostly it answers to the question how. Adverb answers to the question how. Right. So the boy lay on the bed lazily. See, first one it is done for your knowledge. Lay, which is called as verb. On is preposition. Okay, see, lazily. How he lay? Lazily. So under the box of, under the word of adverb, in the box of adverb. Right? Yeah. Let's go to the second one. The fishermen were busy during the day. Okay. So here no, busy. Busy is called as verb. Okay. So it will come under verbs. The fishermen were busy during the day. So during it will come under preposition. It is a preposition. I have said no. Before the noun or pronoun, the word which comes preposition is called as preposition. Okay. So here, whether you were aware of the auxiliary verb and main verb, this is the extra information for your knowledge. See, where busy, no? So where, it is a auxiliary verb, okay, and busy, it is a main verb, right? So where busy, just have this knowledge, okay? Where busy, where is also a verb, but it is a auxiliary verb, and busy is the main verb, okay? Yeah, third one, they waited for the train eagerly. Okay, so waited is a verb. So eagerly is a preposition. Okay, so how they waited eagerly, right? So everything, no, this is a simple word only. There is no any difficult vocabularies in this to translate you for Hindi words. All it is not at all a necessary one, right? Now you are a grown up children and you know well, very well. So you just know first one time or two time it will be difficult for you when I go in English. But in the third session and fourth session, no, you will also feel very comfortable in this. So just try. See everything, no? Boy, lay, bed, lazily, fisherman, busy, during, day, waiter, train, eagerly. This everything word, every word is easy, no? You know the meaning of it, right? So whether anything is difficult in this? Nah, yeah. So for the difficult word only we use to go for the translation, right? So even in English, see, translate for the other language is not needed, not necessary. Do one thing, have a habit of usage of dictionary. Okay, so have a dictionary, Oxford dictionary with you. So take a Oxford dictionary. If you don't know a word, meaning of a word you can't understand in the sense, use dictionary. See, search for another word in English itself what it is given, right? So if I appreciate you, good. So what is the meaning of good? Everyone know the meaning of good, right? So good. If I say well, what is the meaning of well? The same meaning only good. Good, well, same meaning only, but only the word differs, right? So if you don't know the meaning of well in the sense, please take dictionary, use dictionary, it will be very useful for you. Okay? So that you can also learn more words, right? Yeah. So even we can say as well done. Well done also a appreciation word. Okay? So you have done well. Good. The same meaning only, na? Yeah. So why the teacher says good to you? Because you have done well. You are good. So in what you are good? You are good in writing. You are good in answering. Your handwriting may be good. So due to that a teacher have said you good. So what is the meaning of well done? The same meaning only, no? Well done. You have done well. Yeah. What have you done? Might be your handwriting might be good, or else your speech might be good. Whatever you are answering, that might be good. So the meaning is same, but the words are different. So if you can't understand in the sense, but every word is simple. Am I right? It is simple only, no? Yeah. Good, well done, super, every word. Very good. So everything is simple. So even though well, everything is simple, but you can't understand the meaning of the word in the sense, take a dictionary and find the meaning of it. Okay? Don't simply say that I can't understand, I don't know. So it is very easy to say that you can't understand and you don't know. Think, why can't you understand? Why you don't know? because you are not listening properly. Am I right? You are not listening properly. Your concentration is not in it. You are not ready to take any effort. What is the meaning of effort? Here I have used the word effort now. So how many of you know the meaning of effort? Which means try. You people are not. You don't like to try. Okay. You don't want to try. That's why simply you used to say, I don't know. I don't understand. Okay. So it is very easy to say that. But please don't say that. Try to know it. Take effort to know it. Right? Good. So come, let's go for the fourth one. The principal's office is on the 3rd floor. Okay. The principal's office is on the 3rd floor. So what is verb, adverb and preposition in this? Principal's office won't come. Is auxiliary verb won't come. On. See. On will come. On is a preposition. Right? On is a preposition. So next. Swati made a big poster to put on the board. Swati made a big poster to put on the board. See here. Made is also a verb. Okay. So please write down made. I have not written, but you write down made. M-A-D-E. Made. Made is a verb. Made is a verb. So made should come under the verb column. Okay. To put on the. Okay. On is a preposition. So on is a preposition. Write down on. If I have not written in this, no problem. You can write in this. On. Okay. Made is a verb and on is a preposition. Under the preposition, you should write on. Right? Next sentence. Come into the room after you keep your bags outside. Okay. See here. Come into. Into is a preposition. Okay. Then verb. Keep is a verb. Right here. Keep. Keep is a verb. Even I didn't write also. No problem. You can write. Keep is a verb. Write under verb keep. Okay. Outside is a preposition. No. Outside is a adverb. Outside is a adverb. Please write under adverb. Outside is a adverb. Okay. Next one, 7th one. Rehman plays a flute. Rehman plays a flute. So plays. It is a verb. Plays. It is a verb. No adverb and no preposition in the sentence. No problem. Yeah, 8th one. Harish is in his room upstairs. Harish is in his room upstairs. Only upstairs. Upstairs it is a adverb. No verb and no preposition is given. Adverb is upstairs. So upstairs you should write under adverbs. Right? Next one, 9th one. The rain poured heavily. So poured is a verb. So you have to write poured under verbs. Right? Then how the rain poured? Heavily. Heavily. It should come under adverbs. Okay? Heavily should come under adverbs. No preposition in this. No problem. The cat slept on the coach Comfortably. So comfortably should come under adverbs. How did it sleep? Comfortably should come under adverbs. Okay. And on should come under preposition. Verb. See, verb is also there. Slept. Slept is a verb. So slept should come under verb. Comfortably under adjectives, and on should come under preposition. Right? Clear this? Good. Just don't simply copy each and everything. Understand and then write. Okay, see here. Identify the conjunctions and interjunctions and write them in the correct columns on the next page. This is also very easy for you. See, conjunction I have said, which joins the group of words or two classes, which joins two classes is called conjunction. Interjunction, the emotional word, the expressions, the expression which is used is called as interjection, and even with the exclamatory mark will be there. With the exclamatory mark, okay. See down, you can see here box is given. Okay, conjunction, interjunction, right? We wanted to go to the fair, but it was already late. Okay. See, interjunction is not given in this. Interjunction, which means emotional words, the expression words with the exclamatory mark, it is not given. So, what is the conjunction? Already they have done for you this first question. So, but is a conjunction. See, but they have written no but. Good. So, same thing next also. Wait. See, they have given wait. Exclamatory mark is given now. Wait. Be careful when you cross the bridge. Okay. Wait. Be careful when you cross the bridge. When you are crossing the bridge, you should be careful. You should wait and very patient. Then only you should cross the bridge. See here. So, wait, it is with the exclamatory mark. So, it is an interjunction, and when it joins the two sentences with the word when. So, this is a conjunction. Right? See, let's see the answer. See. When is a conjunction, wait is a interjunction. Right? Yeah. So, next, third one. There are a few books in the library on botany, but I have read them all. Okay. So, in the library of botany, books for botany. Okay. Botany subject is there, no? Botany, which means the study of plants. Study of plants is called as botany. So, books are only few in that library, and all the books, he or she, whatever it is, only I is given, first person is given, have read all the book. Read is a past tense of the read, but same spelling only, right? Yeah. So, but, see, no interjunction is given, so only but is given. But is a conjunction word. So, you have to write but under the conjunction column, but. Okay. Come, let's go for fourth one. The rivers dried up because there was no rain. Okay. So, the rivers dried up is a sentence. There was no rain is another sentence. Both of the sentence, it is connected by the word because. Right. So, because it's a conjunction, there is no interjunction in this sentence. See, because it will come under conjunction. Right. So, fifth one. Oh no, I forgot. We have a test today. Okay. Oh no, exclamatory mark. I forgot we have a test today. So, see, no conjunction word is not given in the sentence. Only exclamatory mark and the expression word is given. Oh no. So it should come under interjunction. See? Oh no. Right? So next one. Hush. The teacher is looking at you. Hush. The teacher is looking at you. Okay? So the expression word with exclamatory mark hush should come under interjunction word. Sorry, interjunction. Okay? In the box of interjunction. Right? So next one. We can wait here or we can go sit inside the coffee shop. What it is that we can wait here or we can go and sit inside the coffee shop also. So two sentences are joined with the word or. See, we can wait here. We can go sit inside the coffee shop. So two sentences are joined with or. Now it is a conjunction. Under conjunction you have to write or. Okay. Next, eighth one. She said she had missed the bus. Yet she reached her swimming class on time. Okay. So what happened? She missed her bus. Yet means even though. Even she missed the bus, she reached the swimming class on time. She didn't delay. Okay. So yet is a conjunction. See, joining the two sentences now with a single word yet. Yes, so it will come under conjunction, right? See next one. Hug. The food has become rotten. Hug. The food has become rotten, which means the expression word. The food is spoiled. Okay, food is spoiled. So it is with the exclamatory mark. So it will come under interjunction. Right? Next one. Wow. Wow. Is this the new bag you were telling me about? So, see, with the exclamatory mark it is. Oh, wow. Is this the new bag you were telling me about? So it will come under interjunction with the exclamatory mark and emotional word. Okay? Right. So whether you are clear in this, please understand everything and then write. Don't write it simply. Okay? Yeah, then the next D1 is complete these sentences with the word with the correct adverbs or adjectives from the box. So from the box you have to choose and write adjectives or adverbs, right? See, the words are given in the box. Frequently, eager, slowly, yearly, calm, since, quietly, worried, tiny, cheerful, right? So see, she dash walked towards the horse. She slowly walked towards the horse, right? So first one it is done for you. Okay. So how she walked? Slowly, it is a adverb. So while you see here they have given words in the bracket, and while reading the sentence itself you will have a knowledge what word will come. So if you read once itself you can't understand. So please have a reading of 2 times or 3 times. If you read twice or thrice, sure you can guess the answer also. See, you should be dash in the face of danger, calm in the face of danger. Okay, you should be calm, which is adverb. You should be calm in the face of danger. Third one, my sister is a cheerful person. She is always smiling. So how the person is? cheerful person, which qualifies the noun. Okay, it is a adjective. My sister is a cheerful person. She is always smiling, right? Fourth one, our neighbors moved into the colony in 2008. They have been living here since. Okay, so what happened? So in the year of 2008, their neighbors, they have moved and still they are living there. Since it is a word of adverb. It is a word of adverb. So from 2008 to still now they are living there in the colony, right? Neighbors in the sense the near house. Okay, near house, those who are living, no, they are called as neighbors. So fifth one, when Tarun when Tarun fell sick, everyone was very worried. So what happened? When Tarun felt sick, so I am explaining it again. That's why I am changing the verb. Okay, don't think that ma'am is pronouncing wrong. Excuse me, I am not pronouncing wrong. I know here it is given as fell, but I am explaining you in another verb, in another form. That's why I am changing the verb here, right? So when he was sick, everyone was worried. So worried is a adjective. Okay, I am eager to take part in the quiz competition. So eager, whereas eager is a adverb. I am eager to take part in the quiz competition. Okay, yes. Neeta sings to her grandmother frequently. What happened? Neeta sings to her grandmother frequently. Frequently in the sense often, continuously, again and again is called as frequently. It is a adverb. Okay. Next one, the tiny mouse skewed into the small hole. Okay. So what happened? Tiny mouse. So tiny here it is called as adjective, which says about the noun, modifies the noun, qualifies the noun. Tiny mouse. Okay. Kashyap reached school early. No one was there yet. Okay, so he reached the school early. It is a adverb. How he reached early itself, very soon itself. So it is a adverb. 10th one, the students wrote their exams quietly. So how the students have written? Quietly. The students wrote their exams quietly. It is a adverb, right? Yeah. Is it clear? So you're just 5th standard now. So some of you will be good in this and some of you may have little confusion also. But while you are reading again and again, practicing again and again, you will also be thorough in this. Don't worry about it. Okay. So what is the next? Let us go for the next topic. Complete these paragraphs with the correct conjunction. Okay. See, 2 is given, part 1 and part 2. First one is conjunction and second one is the preposition. Okay. So first one, conjunction, already I have said you. Joining the two sentences, joining the two words is called as conjunction. Okay. Yeah. So let's read it. 3 absent-minded professors were standing at a railway station and arguing about which came first, the chicken or the egg. Okay, what happened? Can you understand this? Absent-minded professors in the sense not good-minded. Okay. See, even in class, no, what happens? So, physically present and mentally absent. There is a word called physically present and mentally absent, which means You are present here in the school, but what will you do? You won't listen to the class. You're thinking everything, it will be outside. You will be thinking of your family members, your mother, father, or your brother, sister, or your uncle, auntie, or the sweets which is made in your home, or else the relations who came to your home. You may thinking that what they brought for you, or what the others are doing with them. Okay, so you won't listen to the teacher what she's taking the class. You will be thinking of something else. So it is called as you are present here physically, but your mind is absent. Okay, physically present and mentally matlab mind, mentally absent. Okay, so here that is said as absent minded. So that knowledge, no, absent minded they are. Okay, don't have full knowledge, absent minded. They don't think everything clearly, they don't think anything clearly, they don't think they don't understand anything clearly. It's called as off minded. So three off minded professors, they were standing at the railway station and they were arguing. Okay, arguing matlab, what is arguing? They were talking, no this, no this, no that, no this, like that. Okay, so about what the speech was, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Whether the hen came first, that small hen, no, chicken came first, or the egg came first, they were arguing. So what will come here? Or this or that. Okay, the train came, but they only saw it when it was about to leave. So what happened? Train came, but they only saw it when it was about to leave. While the train was moving, at that time only they saw the train, they noticed the train. So what will come? Train came, but they didn't notice it. At last time only they noticed. So, but, okay, all the three ran for the train. What happened? All the three professors also ran for the train to catch it. Yet only two of them boarded it. Matlab what? Catched. Okay, got into the train. Boarded it. Matlab got into the train. See, yet. Even though we will say no, three of them also tried to catch. Even though, yet. Okay, yet is called yet. Yet only two can catch the train. Okay, the third stood scratching his head on the platform. So what happened? He was thinking. He was scratching his head and he was thinking on the platform. So let us see what he was thinking. Later they will explain what he was thinking. A man said, "At least two of you managed to get on the train." Okay, at least two of you managed to get on the train. So at least two of you catch the train, no? Like that one man said. So see, yes, I know, but they only came to see me off, said the professor. So what happened? The professor who was standing on the platform now, he said to the man, "Yes, I know they too have catched the train, but what? Yes, I know, but they only came to see me off. They came to see only. Okay? Not to catch the train." See, came to see me off, said the professor. So the meaning is the two professors also came to see me, not to catch the train. So can you understand? In the beginning itself they have said three absent minded professors. Okay. So in the end of this paragraph we can understand, no, three of them are in the absent minded, because the two came to send off only to see the first professor. What did they do? The other two ran to catch the train, but the one who need to go inside the train, who need to board the train, who need to catch the train, stood in the platform itself without catching the train. So everything is collapsed. So this is called as absent-minded professors, right? So next one is preposition. I have said no preposition. What is preposition? Pre matlab before and position. So before position, before the noun or before the pronoun. A word which comes before the noun or pronoun is called as prepositions, right? See, let's see this. We were in a hurry. In a hurry. Hurry up. We used to say no while writing. Hurry up, hurry up. Write fast, which means write soon, write fast. Make it fast is called as hurry. So we were in a hurry to catch the train. We had packed everything. Okay. So in a hurry to catch the train. Preposition to catch the train. We had packed everything. Get me the lock and key. I shouted at my son. So what happened? They didn't mention here mother or father, whoever it is. So he or she shouted at their son, his or her. Okay. I shouted at my son, get me lock and key. But there was no response. But what happened? No response. Son didn't respond for it. I looked for the lock and key everywhere. So looked for the lock and key. Searched the lock and key everywhere. Suddenly we saw them by the TV. By the TV matlab side of the TV. Okay, by the TV, which means side of the TV. Okay, we rushed out. We rushed out. Just a minute. Yeah. We rushed out, locked the door and sat in the car. So rushed out in the sense went out fast, very quick. Locked the door and sat in the car. Sat in the car. Inside the car. We used to say inside the car, no? So sat in the car. We reached the station just in time. Okay. So what happened? They reached the station just in time. So just a few seconds were balanced. So in just in time they reached the station. The train was on the move. So the train was on the move. So the train have started. When we boarded in it, okay, while they were entering, the train have started. We were lucky to have reached on time. So the train have moved also. So even though they have catched, they have boarded inside, they have went inside, and they said that so they are lucky to reach on time because the lock and key was missed. They were finding the lock and key. Then what happened? They found that near TV. See, they have said no. Suddenly we saw them by the TV, which means side of the TV, side of the TV. So what happened? Then they rushed out, locked the door and they sat in the car and reached the station and also catch the train. So this is the preposition words given here. So while the practicing only this you can understand. By more explanation, no, you can't understand. By practicing you have to understand such words and you have to practice it day by day. That's why I'm saying so have a talk in English. Practice to talk in English. Even see now many of them, even in online session you are talking in Gujarati, you are talking in Hindi. At least by mistake, no problem. You try to speak in English. You try English so that you can have a talk, no? Or else if you you talk in Gujarati or Hindi? How will you try? When will you start to talk? So just try. While trying or else now read more books, English books. Might be the story books also. If you read more English book, you will have a clear idea where verb should be used, what verb should be used, where preposition, where conjunction, how to use. Those things you will have a clear idea. So at least read the books of English. Right? Yeah. So see, this is the final part of this parts of speech. F. Use these words to make sentences as nouns and verbs. Say the sentences loud in class. This is an oral practice. So what it is an oral practice. I should say the word, I should pronounce the word, and you have to write it. So just try it, even though I'll give you the answer down. Okay. See, the first one is watch. So for watch you have to write the noun also, noun sentence, and the verb sentences also. Right? So what in the sense? In the sentence, first sentence, the watch word should play the role of noun, and in the second sentence, the word watch should play the role of the verb. Same thing, everything. In first sentence, the word shop should play the role of noun, and in the second sentence, the word shop should play the role of verbs. Okay. So second one, shop. Third one, show. Fourth one, lock. What is this? Lock. Fifth one, stick. Stick. Sixth one, mail. 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 Email we used to say, no? Same thing. Mail. Seventh one, phone. Eighth one, book. Eighth one, book. Ninth one, sign. What it is? Sign. And the final one is play. What is the final one? Play. Yeah. So first try it. Okay.